Asylums have a history of violence, and though they were invented to help people, the echoes behind the doors are louder than you can imagine. From popular TV shows, comedy, and even horror, asylums are depicted to be ruthless. News anchors discuss it. Hell, and the craziest things you could ever imagine were unlocked. Even ghost hunters and explorers dabbled in the secrets of asylums, but what was really locked within is far more dangerous than you could ever imagine. In the heart of mystery holds the darkness of truth, true horror, real madness, drip, fed, dread. The Athens Lunatic Asylum was one of Ohio's largest facilities for dealing with the mentally ill. A patient named Margaret Skilling disappeared on December 1st, 1979. Her naked body was discovered 42 days later in a sealed-off ward of the top floor that had once been used to quarantine infectious patients. Officially, she died of heart failure, but before she died, Margaret removed her clothes, folded them, and placed them right beside her. By the time she was found, she had decayed so much that she left behind a stain on the concrete floor that still sits in that building today. After Vincent van Gogh's ear was mysteriously mutilated, he checked himself into an asylum in Saint Remy de Providence. During 53 weeks of voluntary confinement, he churned out 240 drawings, including his most famous work, Starry Nights. Until the 1940s, properties of turbulence were unknown. A Soviet physicist developed formulas and theories on how to explain it. It's one of the most complicated phenomena, but somehow in the painting, Van Gogh got his swirls eerily accurate, down to the smallest mathematical details, and they have no idea how he did it. In the 1950s, Austin State Hospital began collecting the brains of deceased patients, and they preserved them in jars. Storage space became an issue, so they decided to give the brains out to anyone that wanted to study the matter. Among the brains was the brain of Charles Whitman, an ex-Marine who climbed a tower at the University of Texas in 1966 and started shooting people. He had killed 16 people. He had left behind a note requesting that someone would take his brain, so they could find a reason for all the bad thoughts he had been having. Later, it was discovered that he had a brain tumor. In the mid-1990s, they went to go find the brain again, but the brain was missing, along with 100 other ones.